Okay.
Stream.
Right, I
Yeah.
remute myself while I watch
Yeah.
walk.
Ah, okay. Awesome. Share screen. Yeah, but I mean, okay, wait. So you have humankind. How much is humankind then?
No, bro, I pirated it.
Bro, that's not something we say on live streams, alright?
No, like I am a pirate and I just got it through very legal means.
Very pirated, legitimate means.
Yes, of course.
Yes, of course, of course. But did you enjoy it?
I mean, it was alright. I played it once and then I thought it was that good. What should I pick?
Yeah, you can do that. Thank you. Yeah, Harold's not taking a day off even on his
I played it
birthday.
like once.
Should I pick?
Of course not.
Back to work.
Yeah, of course. I got a notification that some dumbass named Lucas is live streaming right now.
Nah, man, I hate that guy.
I know, I never watch his content. It's just awful.
Yeah. Did you hear? He just
Unbelievable
uploaded his
how
draft
someone
of his next video. Who's gonna watch that?
What? Nah.
Yeah.
How dare he? Just like that?
Yeah, just like that.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. All right. Whopping 0 viewers on it. I don't think Twitch is live. I don't think Twitch doesn't look live. Is Twitch live? Am I live on Twitch? I think Twitch is dead, bro. No, I'm live on Twitch. It's a bit of a laggy thingy. Okay. There we are, everybody. We're back. I forgot even where we left off yesterday. Wait, I could probably see from here. We're working with something to do with that. I have no idea. No, I know what that is about. But we are going to do something. Yes, I need to implement the rest of the stuff that gets hot reloaded. Or this is actually not for hot reloading. This is actually only for rendering. So whenever we render stuff here, right now I only have for the box. But we also, oh yeah, and then also because we have a little bit of a problem over here. First, I think, yes, you are the first one, super fast. To say something in a chat at least. Very nice, very nice.
Is this that fast?
Yeah, he's crazy
Is that fast, you know?
Yeah, I should probably not read the reviews yet on people commenting on the next video because I'm supposed to do the live stream now. But I'm a bit excited about the reviews.
No,
okay.
bro, do a reaction video. I mean, like react on live stream to the video you made.
To the draft.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I want to. Here we have a few problems. I don't think I do use. This has to change. This is fine. The graphics. Binding descriptor set, the material instance. Well, I don't know. I don't even have a descriptor set to be bound from here. This could be done. This can be done. Except for the global one. Actually, wait.
Damn, crazy video.
Damn, yeah, crazy video. You saw it already? Sure.
Yeah.
I think there won't be problems if I just comment this one out. This one shouldn't be a problem because there shouldn't be a descriptor set anyways in this thing. For the material. Wait, hold on. Do I... No, wait, am I tripping now? No. Sig build. I don't even render anything else, so this is just for debugging still, so it should be fine. Build run. No, still. Let's see. Why use Vulkan when you can use assembly and binary? That's... I didn't think about that. Harold, write that down.
Yeah, already on it.
Good. No, still, I would have felt that that should have been fine. Because I feel like the problem is that I'm trying to use Vulkan's perspective's current render pass instance was begun with begin render. The dynamic rendering unused feature is wait. Okay, I'm just taking the problems for what they assuming what they are, but not really looking at what they are. So as mentioned, image format must match the corresponding format VK pipeline create depth attachment. Wait. Draw query. That should be not the problem. That should use the same information. So that shouldn't be an issue, I think. Let's see, create pipeline. Do I provide? Hello, pig. I do this. Do I have to do any? Yes, I do have to do a bit more. Oh no. It's okay. Wrong buttons. Let's see. Don't care about that. This is what I care about. Let's see. There they are. These things. Enable depth testing for debug. I think that could also make sense. Why not utilize it while I'm at it? And then transparent. Don't care about that, but we need that thing. I was too focused on just getting the polygon rendering rather than actually making sure that everything else that is like quite essential being correct. Is visual like that, and then can I just do this and then I go like this? Is this okay? No, that's not okay. Well, we can do this and then we can just do this. And why does it only select the first one? I want all of them to be overwritten, but it only takes the first one. Why? Okay, well, what if I just do forward and delete it, and then I paste it, and then it's back to that. Why? Yeah, then we'll do this and yank that, and then do this, paste it there, and it's like so. Easy first try. Let's see, and then these things need to be vk.c. All right, that should be fine now. Yeah, now it's clean. Good. Bam. There it goes. Crazy. Still a bit odd rendering, but I think in all it should. Nah, something is. But that could very well be because of the. Let me take a look. That shouldn't be because of anything that I'm doing wrong. I think I have the right ordering. Let's see. Yeah, this thing is commented out, so it shouldn't be because of that. Interesting. Okay, what do I do? Yes, okay, because it's debug, I still would like to see it from all of the angles, so I could also, let's see, here with this thing, I'm just gonna do a new line. Debug, pipeline config, rasterization state, and cool mode will be equal to VKC, and then cool, VK cool mode, none. I don't wanna, because I want to see all of them. For the debug stuff, they're just very primitive shapes. So let's see. Yes, perfect. Could maybe do it a little bit better, but it's fine. Ooh. And I think I did, was it N? P? I don't remember what button it was. Oh, was it K? Ah, it was K. But yeah, it's not spawned with the it's only on hot reload that it actually changes. Very funny. So I could do another debug config rasterization state. What is size? No, what is it called? Full mode depth bias clamp. Line width there. 2. So now it should be larger. Boom. Oh wow, I spent quite a few of them. Boom. Woo! Freaking amazing. Yeah. So, well, I don't have to restart it, but yeah. Gonna go. Oh, I'm already in the render, but yeah, I think that's a bit unnecessary. Don't need to do that. Okay, then we can go to the draw. Yeah, here. No, here. And this is if it's the box, right? And now, what we actually want is for the. What if we wanted to do, I think, actually, I don't care about any other primitive shape than the box at the moment, so I'm just gonna keep it there, implement others later on. But we do care about the complex shape, and this is gonna get really complex. So, if the shape is complex, what do we need to do? Well, there is no, can I not just use the mesh of the... Let's think. Systems. Because I basically just collider and so I upload, create this thing, create the mesh identity. I didn't need the whole thing over here, but I might need it now. Or I need the vertices at least and the indices for the. I don't even know how to create a complex mesh. So maybe if we start from there to figure that out, and then we can look in how I should store it and render it. Yeah. Vulkan and Zig? Yeah, we're doing Vulkan and Zig. And hot reloading. So actually this initialization of a local coordinate offset is so pathetic. Like I don't even, center position will always be 0, 0, 0. So this thing itself is not even needed anymore. I'm just gonna do this, and then I'm gonna paste it though in here at this place, const, in case if I want it back later. But for now, I'm just gonna take it. Yeah. Do I have end set? I do have end set. Like so, because you shouldn't be able to provide a position, because if you do that, I mean, it will work, but there's really no need for it at the moment. I think maybe later on when we get to LODs, then you might want to be able to write these things. But for now, this is just something that you don't want to be aware about. Because the position of the planet is not the planet itself, is the transform component that decides where the planet is. So this thing will change, it will no longer take in that parameter. Yeah. Okay. That means that there's another error. Yeah, right. Oh yeah, I should probably check what the mesh is about, because right now I just make the assumption that everything that's a mesh is just a pure planet generator. Well, that's the only thing it can be right now for me, so it's fine to make that assumption. What's up, Buggy Rui? Buggy. Okay. So, we go to the physics system. I should probably call it physics system. And in here, when we go through the initialization of this thing, I should probably have an initialization thing also. You should definitely make 21-bit floats and use them everywhere. Trust. What the hell? So when we go here, we initialize each shape into the physics system. I would really like to store this as well, because right now it's funny when you do the hot reloading and it just flies, and then hot reload, and it just, everything, the position and rotation stays, but the velocity just dies. It's really funny to look at. But yeah, let's see, how can I create a complex shape with this, right? So Jolt's documentation looks very complex. I mean, well, it's very deep when you use Vulkan and trying to get all of the systems working together with the only libraries. Well, we have a few libraries here. Can show. We use a math library provided by Harold, an EC, not an ACS, provided by Harold. We use the Vulkan headers, Vulkan memory allocators, so this is just for Vulkan, the graphics. SDB, I don't think we use SDB, we just have it here. Do we use SDB at any point?
Yeah, how do you load textures?
Yeah. Wait, SDB, there. No? SDB renderer, here. No, that's not SDB. Here, SDB. Yeah, I load the texture with SDB in the GLTF loader. Yeah. So there it's being used. Okay. CGLTF. Well, yeah, for loading models, and SDL for window, and set physics. This is Jolt's physics library, but it's a SIG binding. So for physics we use that because I'm not implementing a whole physics library at the moment. I'm not that interested. Okay, I know we should be able to create a complex shape or something. I don't know what they are called. Let's see. Capsule. Convex hull defined by the set of points. Is this what I'm trying to do? Planet shape. An infinite plane negative half space is considered solid. Mesh shape. A shape consists of triangle. They are mostly used for static geometry. This is kind of what I want, actually. I don't know, Buggy, but you seem to... I don't know. I guess you don't need that much accuracy, though. But... it's... Why would you do that? Oh, I inspired to do SIG as well. That's very nice. Harold is very happy. Yeah, we're trying to help convert more people to
We
SIG.
are assimilating everyone.
Yes.
Assimilating them to SIG.
Yes. No, but SIG is beautiful. Why can't I do silly stuff? You can do silly stuff, just don't not do silly stuff.
Just know how to do it.
Just know how to do silly
No, you
stuff.
can do silly stuff. You just know how to cast things. Then you can do silly things.
Am I supposed to pass in
Yeah,
triangles?
like figuring out the casting.
Yes, casting is funny. Am I supposed to pass in like triangles to this thing? Wait, mesh shape. What am I supposed to pass into this thing? Cast ray, collide point, collide soft body, draw. Wait, they have a draw function? What the fuck am I doing? Draw the shape in particular location with a particular color debugging purpose. There's no way it can... No, it has to... Well, hold on, no way. Wait. So, are you telling me that I don't even have to do what I'm trying to do right now? I could literally just use a... Draw.
Guys, I get a sack fault.
Wait. Yeah, but I cannot. Um. What is this draw? How does it work? I render debug render, but like where? What is this debug render in that case? Where's the? Is there like a draw the shape at a particular location with a particular color debug? But how does it? Does it know? Does it have access to my Vulkan? Like how does it know where to draw and how to draw? Implement box shape capsule. Okay, wait. I need to ask this. I think GPT might actually have an answer. It reads the documentation faster than I can navigate it. I found this in yes, it draws debug visualization of collider and it doesn't know about your render. You plug in your rendering via debug render interface. Let's break it down. For the draw function is purely for debug rendering. It does not render anything in the normal game engine sense. It is used when you want to visualize physics shape like collision. Yeah, but how? Oh, initially shape draw. Okay, so it's so do I like implement it myself this function? What I'm supposed to do? You create your own render that inherits from. Yeah, okay, that's why I cannot, because I don't use C++. I use SIG or SIG with C bindings. SIG. I use SIG bindings, but they use the C binding so they can. Okay. Let's see. SIG. So now jolts physics documentation. Let's see. Let's go to this thing. And I'm gonna provide it with where is it? That one, because this is the one I use. And see, is it implemented for the SIG binding? And if so, how do I go about it? Because if it is, I think this might be easier. No, because the third check Discord VC side chatus. What? I will look into that after the stream. Sysvig does bind Jolt Sysvig via Jolt, but as for debugging drawing, there isn't a ready-made SIG wrapper for Jolt's render helper yet. Sysvig itself, the raw C API Jolt binding C exposes a core physics API, but debugging render support is not fully exposed by the default. And that makes sense because that looked like even other bindings like didn't include. That said, because it is literally just SIG binding on top of the C API, you can still do debug drawing. You just need to bridge the missing pieces yourself. Well, I already did that, but I wonder if I did it in a dumb way. Or I'm kind of on it right now. Provides a binding for the main JAWS. Yeah, debugging render is automatically hooked into the So the engine itself supports debugging drawing in JAWS, but the SIG wrapper blah blah. In the C++ debug rendering relies on the extern draw debug renderer. So you could implement a callback, and then you would to engine coordinates a call render draw line function. So you could stack them, avoid it's not just there. No, that's fine. Okay, but now it looks like okay, this is not something I'm gonna continue to approach. There was another thing I wanted to see though. Let's see, where was it? This thing. Yes. Okay. I think it's the box shape I want to use. I'm pretty sure that's the one. No, wait, no, mesh shape. What am I saying? Either it's convex full shape or it's the mesh shape. I think it's the mesh shape. Is there a description about what this one is for? No. Great. Okay. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna try to explain what I want to do, and I'm pretty sure it's mesh shape. I'm like 80% sure about that. I generate a planet with merging cubes. Now I want accurate collision for it. The sig binding to pose. I think it's the mesh, but that's a good question. This is exactly the right place to be careful. The wrong, be slow, unstable, right and so short. Correct that for marching cubes, mesh shape. Yeah, do not use full shape for planet. If you want planet to be dynamic, you cannot use triangle mesh. You must use many convex shape compound. Yeah, that's for later, but for now I want it pretty much static. While convex is wrong, he has a hard requirement that shape must be convex. Marching Cube's planet is highly concave, full of caves. How did overhang cliffs? I don't have that yet, but yeah. Often thousands of millions of triangles, blah blah blah. Okay. Meshes and jolts, mesh collide shape, designed for terrain, planet, level geometry, marching cubes. Ah, well, that sounds convenient. So, generate marching cube triangle. You already have, yep, I do. Build a mesh shape static body. So, settings, mesh shape settings. And then I should provide, and then create shape. Body create settings. Shape is equal to shape. That's crazy. Ah. And then static, yeah. Do I want it? I kind of want it. No, I want it to be a static actually. But I want to first play around with it being dynamic, non-moving, and player physics system create body, add body. Yeah, that should be pretty much it. Let's see. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna close. Whoa. We're inside of physics here, and now it's a bad place to do this in, but it's okay. It's okay. Shit, it's a really bad place right now. Holy shit. Yeah. Yikes. Okay. Shit. This is shit. Body interface, create body, position, shape, box shape. So here, this I want to change out depending on okay. So we're gonna do if, can I do this? N3, no, what do I do? I do collider dot, okay, we're gonna take this one outside. It's gonna be unreadable otherwise. So we're gonna do const shape. We're gonna do shape. It's equal to, I do a switch on collider dot shape primitive I don't know if this is how you do it, but I'm pretty sure this is how you do it. Shape. What the fuck? Hmm. Okay. Shape primitive And let's see, then I should be able to do box. It's a box, then do I do return? No. How does this work? Box shape, like so. It's like that. Yes. Okay. And then otherwise it's just an else return. For now we will just do box shape. Like so. Forgot. I need to do a that. And still missing something. I actually forgot how to do switch. Sig switch statement. That's okay. No, that should be it. Why is this wrong? You take that, you go through each and one of these, and then you just put an else in the end. That should be fine. Okay, I'm probably doing something else wrong. No? Okay. And then this one. So if it's not that, then it will be complex, which it doesn't say. Very funny. Got that. And if it's a complex one, we'll also return a box shape just for now, just to see that I actually do the syntax right here. And then this thing, like so. So then we can just go in here and we will say shape is equal to shape. And let's see, I think I could be able to change this out to shape. Okay, but shape is kind of misleading right now. Primitive, yeah. Primitive shape. Dot. Lucas, I never think you changed name with Harold and T-Chef to Adam. By the way, Adam is Polish name. No, it's for the
It's always been.
yes.
What?
It's
What?
the Adam, the role. It's from Teamfight Tactics when I used to play that with a friend, and there was the admin trait, and I don't know. We were just messing around, and we always like try to mispronounce the trait as poorly as possible. So admin became Adam, and now ever since I want to say admin, I just say Adam. It just happens. Error union. How is that? Oh, what? Ah. So it's not this. It's just that. Physics shape ignored. Primitive. Yeah, that's all I care about. Primitive, and then check which one is it. Am I doing this too? How am I supposed to do this? As B guys named, you're not admins. You guys Adams. Yes, as B guys named Adam. Yes, we're just Adam now. We don't have any other names. We all just called Adam. It's funny. Like many people rename themselves to Lucas or Harold at the on the server. It's pretty. It's hilarious. Let's see. Yeah, this is what I want to do. Let's see. I'm gonna yank that and provide it here. Isn't this how I assign a value to the variable from a switch? Oops. And then I also want to provide. I guess I think this should be it. But yeah, I guess I'm not really. I'm taking out of the first switch, but then I'm continuing it onto the other one. So. I'm gonna provide it the information. Let's see. I don't know. Is it just something stupid that I'm doing? I don't know what I just did there, but your switch logic. This works if you just want a box. I don't care. Jesus. This is what I'm doing, but it doesn't seem to be fine. Now it's implementing all of the other ones, but it's okay. We have to do switch immediately after. Okay, that's the thing. So I have to do this and that, and then it comes like this. That makes sense actually. Yeah. And then else we will just do box, but now we can change this thing, and then it will be equal to the shape. So we can take this. And now we can use the complex information that we should store somewhere. So we will go through all of this, and if it's a complex one, I think here we'll actually create the thing, because the other ones will just exist before they will be predefined, but the complex will always be unique. I shouldn't probably call it, I should call it mesh. Mesh shape. What was it through the documentation? Oh shit. Yeah. Where is it? Mesh shape. Yeah. Instead of complex. Yeah, that would be better. Maybe I can do it easily. Shape mesh. Is it just that simple? Of course it's not that simple. Wait. And then can I just mesh? Yeah. Has no member name. Now you do. Switch incompatible types physics shape void. What? Right, it's don't worry about it. We're gonna fix this. We're gonna do a const mesh shape settings try physics mesh shape settings that create, and here we have to take in the vertices, numbers of vertices. What the fuck is just a pointer? Oh, the vertices, number of vertices, the vertex size, and then the indices array. Interesting. Yeah, you can do that. So that means that from wrong key. Ugh. We have to be able to access all of this information. Oof. It's actually oh my god, it's so fucking perfect. Wait, no, it's not perfect. It's horrendous. Shit. We can actually, yeah. Okay. No. That's so smart. Why didn't I do that? But it's okay. Because I want to do this, right? I want to somehow... I was thinking of storing this like this, but this might be a bad idea. Maybe? Maybe not. Because then I cannot... Okay, no. Systems. We create the mesh here. The mesh creates, it initializes Hold on. Yeah, but planet init. Maybe we should have planet mesh in it. Yeah, because this one contains. Ooh. Actually, planet is so. It doesn't have anything else, does it? It just has the vertex information. Generate the vertices, it does marching, and then it has this information. I could just store that in the mesh, in the CS. There should actually be an asset manager in that, but the mesh. Why not just let it be the planet itself? So either you have a primitive or you have for example, a planet. Planet mesh. Where do I? Systems. It's still in the planet though. The planet is inside of the system. It could actually be inside of. Ah. Because it's honestly, it's just a mesh. It's just the planet only generates vertices. Well, for now, so it might not be the best way to go about it. No. Trying to figure out a smart way to do this to kind of like make sure that you don't have to think about, you just create it once and then you don't have to worry about any kind of memory, like you just call d in it in a high level place kind of like, right? And it will just de-initial, so you don't have to go looking inside of each object. Should I de-initial? Should I freeze some memory here or something like that? You don't never should have to worry about that. The high level objects structure should just take care of it. You shouldn't have to be concerned about those things. That's what I'm trying to avoid right now. Because it's kind of convenient here for the moment being that I just initialize the mesh here, and then as I defer d init after it has gone through this thing, I just know that I would just free it, right? Because I call init and d init. But now what I'm thinking is like, I would like to store this information, but then it's kind of nasty to just init but never calling a d init on it, if that makes sense. So I'm trying to think, could I move it somewhere where it would make sense? And that could be, for example, here with the collider. If I do complex or mesh shape right now, and you provide, my ECS is kind of like an asset manager at this point as well. But we're so early in the stage, it's fine. I don't think there's a problem with that. Is there a smarter way to go about this? How could I move it so it's not, because you don't want to create complexity, right? You just want, if somebody want to create a complex shape, you kind of want them to, either it has to be explicit that they're allocating so that they would know that, oh, okay, I probably have to free it as well, right? Or if well, it shouldn't even be hidden. It's gonna allocate something. So it has to be something that makes sense when I use it in the future. That, for example, the render as a whole, I just know that if I call init on it, I have to call d init on it, and all of the memory just is taken care of within that space. There's nothing to be concerned about. And that's what I would like. Same with this ECS, is that now this planet actually exists as a standalone thing inside of the system, which is probably not. This should be probably like, maybe I'm overthinking it. When I de-init the system, I could go through. No. That's. I don't think that's the right place to free it. The ECS is such a. It should only have primitive data. I don't think it should store even these things. It could store a handle. That I could be fine with. But it should not store anything more complicated than just very primitive data. This is also a little bit too high, but well, I guess a rail is it's not really a handle, but it is a FAT. It's still like just containing a pointer to the place where the actual array is, and you could have multiple one pointing to the same place. But I think a handle would be really convenient right now. The same way I do for this thing is that this is a handle to the physics system to retrieve the information associated with this collider. And now the mesh could also be a handle to wherever this mesh needs to live, the data of this information. These vertices, where do they live? Asset manager. And now my ECS is kind of like my asset manager. But I don't want the ECS is still something I don't want to be storing more information than this primitive data. Then it gets weird. Because it shouldn't be responsible for maintaining. It shouldn't have ownership of anything really besides primitive data. So
Alright, guys, I will go now because I gotta eat and train after that.
yeah. Okay, good luck, T-Chef. See ya.
Yeah, good luck with the projects. Good night.
Good night, good night.
See ya,
Great
good night.
birthday still, Harold, and see ya.
Yes.
Bye.
See ya, see ya.
Where could I put that? I mean, the renderer already have the meshes. So I guess you could. Because it already has max angular velocity. Interesting, huh? But that's the model. This is the model, and that's basically just a handle to from the renderer, right? A handle to provide like where do I get the model for this thing. Why couldn't the renderer also store? No, that's getting it. It should be an asset manager that stores this. Fuck. And that will also be persistent throughout the thing. I think I need to create an asset manager at this point. It doesn't really make sense to store it in the render. The render should not have anything to do with that any longer than just creating the mesh. The ECS should not store the information. Systems. But systems get hot reloaded, and that means I don't want to store it there. It needs to be something that is outside. What is the code editor you're using? I'm using NeoVim, LazyVim. It's mainly to just not having to use the cursor as much, so I can easily just navigate to where I want to be and do stuff I need to do. Of course, I still use the mouse to illustrate and draw stuff whenever I need to think, but as soon as I don't need to do that, I want to navigate quickly with the keyboard. So I'll still just yeah, NeoVim, LazyVim explicitly. It comes with a lot of cool features, but I think a lot of it also is kind of annoying. But it was convenient at the time. Now I should probably get rid of LazyVim and just use the bare NeoVim with the things that I actually use. But whatever, it's I'm too lazy to do that. I do have this. I have I have started an asset manager here, which was supposed to be what I'm doing right now. And I think I will continue with it. I will create the asset manager now that will contain the vertices. I mean, it's not too much memory, right? I think that's fine. We will continue with that. And the asset manager is something that will be persistent even on hot reloading. That's kind of the point of it. So it has to be initialized outside of the systems and then passed in so the systems can use it, I think. Or can I use it inside of the systems? I think I could do that as well. Let's try. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go in here. Say, for example, just a number. If I'm not mistaken, maybe it will work. Is equal to 0. My bad. 0. And what we'll do when we init systems. So, oh wait, but that one is coming from the outside, so it should be persistent number is equal to plus equals 1, right? And then every time we call update, I will do std debug print and then number yeah d, and we're gonna do self.number like so, and we can let that be, yes, renderer. That's not renderer. Let's see, physics seems to have some problems here. Okay, that's okay. We will, as so far we're still just doing this, and I will do that, and then do an else. We will just do box shape perfectly so far. Right. All right, so that should still work also on hot reloading. Yeah, so number is it should have been 0 and then plus equals 1. Okay, okay. This won't have an effect right now where the size of the planet, so I will just change it to 5. Let's see what the number is still persistent. Okay, and then let's change it here. Whenever we called a reload, they're still so confused. I32 equals 0 plus equals 1. What the hell just happened? Okay, we can do this. Self.number plus equals 200. So that should happen a few times. I have no idea if it changed anything. Let's put it equal to 0. Okay, and then we'll do plus equals 1. I think it should actually increment 4 times, but that's 1. Okay. And then if I go somewhere else and I do let's do plus 2, so then it should become 3. Ah, wait, is it one behind? Still only. Oh, bruh, I'm doing equal. Ha. Yes. Okay, and then I do plus 2, so it will be 10. 13. That's a bit more than I thought. What? Okay, wait. 1. 18. Well, that means it got called 5 times. So that shouldn't be. That shouldn't be the case. I mean, it has to be 2. It gets called twice, but now it got called 5. That's 3 too many, and an odd one doesn't make sense at all. Right. Because I do here, I do this, and then I system reload. This is first time just to clear everything, and then I load the new functions. So I initialize and then I called reload again with this after I had loaded it in the new one. And then this is like, now it's the second. First it's just calls reload. I should have probably like a clean, and then it initializes with the new function the stuff that needs to be initialized. And then just take the new update function, but that means it should only call it 2 times, but it could call it 5 times, and that makes no sense. I could understand if it was like 4 or 6, but 5. I'm like, what? What? That makes no sense. Fuck. That's not good. But it is persistent. Okay, that's all I wanted to know, actually. The rest I don't care about, that it's a bit weird. I should still say, oh. No. What? Let's see, if I just say plus equals 0. Yeah, okay, it's persistent. Great, 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 great. That's all I know. I wanna know. I don't wanna know anything else. You can get rid of the number, and the update of printing of the number can also go. And let's see. Perfect. We don't care about that now. But what I do care about is that I could actually store it inside of systems. No. Yes. Could I store it inside of this? Yeah, I could store it inside of the systems, because the system is the only thing that is... Let's say I reload. And then it will just go through physics in it again. And then... yeah, it will store a handle to the system's own thing. Here, what do we don't have access. We do have access to this, but we don't have access to the system inside of this thing. And I don't think we want to. We could take in the system, but I wonder about if it will be if they will depend on each other, and then that's weird, because the system takes in the physics, and the physics would like to take in the systems. That doesn't make sense. But we could take in the array of meshes, or actually more precisely, array of vertices and indices. And we do have the renderer, so this would make perfect sense in here. I think it would. So we're gonna do it here, and then we'll move it out if it doesn't make sense. Structure. I didn't think further. I was like, structure. Const. And what we're gonna call it? We're gonna call it vertices, and it's... What do they call it? Mesh shape. Mesh shape. Mesh shape is equal to that. And what will exist in here is just a std array list of u32s. Wait. Mine is so interesting working on custom GUI efforts. Okay. Do not initial fields by default or undefined.
Who said that?
Cheesecake.
Well, it depends. Usually you shouldn't use undefined for defaults, but sometimes yes. If it's like a handle or some garbage that you're gonna, yeah, then it's fine. But if it's like a number or something, nah, that's very bad.
Isn't that obvious? It's definitely not good practice. Garbage is entire Lucas code. How dare you, Cheesecake?
Yeah.
How dare... I
Yeah,
thought
pretty
you
good
were
code.
on my side, but then you say, nah.
Yeah,
How could he? How
nah,
could...
like it really depends. Some specific situations you can use undefined, but generally, nah, don't.
What am I doing?
Garbage.
In the indices. Yeah, I nailed it. Indices. And then vertices.
Wow. Let's see here. I ain't looking at your stream. Let's see if you spelled indices correctly. You did. Wow, very
Look,
impressive.
I'm very smart.
Yes. Also, I say array list get more heap allocations.
No, these ones won't be. This one will only be for the sake of. It's kind of like asset manager. It will just get the heap allocated arrays and store them.
Sure, buddy.
Yeah, I don't know. Like it feels weird, but I don't know where else to put it.
If you why don't you store it as a pointer then, or what?
No, because it's well, isn't it kind of like a pointer? This thing is still relatively small. Well, it's not a pointer, but it's still like just.
Yeah, I mean it's 8 bytes
Yeah.
times 3, so yeah, it's not very big.
Yeah. And I just think it's cleaner. But the thing is that I'm wondering here, this is what I do, right? I have the planet, which initializes, well, the planet, and the planet only contains, it should be called planet mesh, right? Because it's literally just the vertices and indices, which I then pass into the render to initialize the mesh. But I also need these vertices and indices to initialize the collider, right? And also for hot reloading, I need to recreate the thing either way. So I'm wondering, like, where should I actually store it? Because I couldn't regenerate them. That I could also just regenerate them, you know, and then I wouldn't have to worry about it. But I'm like,
You
I could,
don't store them.
yeah. And then wait, but I need to store them somewhere because otherwise I need access to them when I do the generation of the collider for the thing. Or I just regenerate them again when I do the collider. That could work. Then I wouldn't have to store them. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that could work. That could work, actually. Yeah. Huh. Cheesecake says he's sorry and he will buy me some chips. Whoa.
They will buy you ships? Nah, bro.
Yeah, he will be buy me chips. Because right, this I think this will actually not be good. Yeah, that's not good. The debug doesn't use that descriptor set at all. But I need it for this. Boom, there's the planet. I wonder, yeah. But the collider for the planet is that little small cube. Bye planet. There it goes. Oh, it's rotating. Woo! I don't know. I still find it super cool to just look at physics working. They're doing their thing. Yeah. How could I do this? Because that will, yeah, that still will work. But if I don't store the vertices, I could just regenerate them, but that feels dumb. Actually, what I should do when I create... No, it would make sense because you create it once. It feels so convenient to be able to do it in here when you create... Yeah, because usually if you create the mesh model, right? You kind of would like to also use that if you want to directly use it here, which most of the cases you want to do whenever you create a complex or a mesh, a collider. You kind of want to, you probably generate the mesh at the same time, which will illustrate how the mesh looks like, and
Looks right.
shut up. Shut up.
This looks right to me.
Actually, I think they also showed a little bit of. Wait, was this thing I looked at? Yeah. Because this is a bit interesting also. Wait. This is the wrong thing here. I'm just making the assumption that this should work. But yeah, the vertices, yeah, they should just be vec3s, so I cannot even use the same information that I'm thinking about using. I have to actually, no. Yeah, because this one contains all of the, shit. Oh no. It provides the GLTF kind of like vertex information, but all I need is the position, a vec3. So that won't even be working. No. No. Sorry, I had to. It was funny. I want to see a bigger planet. I don't think it got bigger. It should have gotten. Oh yeah, no, that's the init. That's why it didn't show. But it would work in another place. Woo! I'm having too much fun with that. Sir, what was supposed to be the French accent? No, I don't know. It's actually my friend used to go always when I did something he disapproved of. Disapproved of. He always went no. It's just stuck in my mind. It's the same friend that used admin instead of or Adam instead of admin. It's hilarious, right? Super hilarious. Oh, why is time going so fast? I wish I could slow down time so I could think more. I'm actually just stuck in where I should put those damn vertices, but I cannot even use the same vertices for the mesh I just figured out. So lol. Tell him admin is OPS now. Wait, what? I mean, another approach I could do, which would be more valid. Okay, this could actually work. Because when I generate the planet, I don't need to know anything about... okay, well, I do use the information about the planet to generate some information. Wait, where is it? Radius, vertex, gen vertex, marching cube, here. And I am pretty sure I'm doing it some... Here, color. This thing. This is the only thing that's relevant. This is just because, well, I kind of need to provide something, right? So it is kind of still relevant, right? But what I need to do is to take out the position and then store that. I don't like this. Operations. Tell him admin is operations now. Sysadmin got renamed DevOps. Dumb joke about how kids rename seems to make it cool again. Yes. I'm past my bedtime. Okay, let's see. We can close that.
You don't have a bedtime.
Okay. Let's see. What could we do? I'm gonna go a little bit to over here where we have the plan. The plan is somewhere everywhere. Okay, let me think. Because we have the... I would prefer a red pen. I have the systems. Is Asiga, you probably trying to avoid enterprise coding, huh? I don't know. I guess. Yes. I don't know, honestly. I haven't done enterprise coding either, so what do I know what I'm trying to avoid?
No, it looks like you're doing enterprise coding because of the quality.
Hey, shut the fuck. You got the systems?
True.
we're not storing it in the renderer, that's for sure. I think asset manager, something like that would make sense. Got the systems, fair dang. What else do we have? What else do we I do have the, okay, I'm gonna write down the render, but it's not going there, but if I can see something out of there. And then we have the physics. Phy. I'm just gonna call it phy. And these are like attached to this. The system is responsible for them, so they are inside there. Asset would make sense. The renderer doesn't need to know. It already gets that information. It doesn't actually. I just realized it also need to know how to draw that collider. Right. Okay. And I'm already tweaking the shaders for this thing actually. So why not just make it a pure position vertex array? That's all I need anyway. So why not just go for that? Okay. And then when we generate the planet can still have the complex vertex information that, or the additional vertex information. It's quite essential for seeing shit. But both of these just want to use the vertex information that contains the position. The indices are indices either way. And they both already communicate with the system. Or not communicate, the system is telling the render and physics to execute in what order, but they belong to the systems or system. But that means that it could still live what I was trying to do inside of here somewhere. And whenever the hot reloading goes triggers, system can provide it to both systems to create whatever they need to create. And that means that this would be the primitive version of the first version of the asset manager. In a sense, but I'm not actually implementing it like a asset manager. I'm just implementing as a position array of vertices. But it would live inside of the system. That's the only thing I don't like, but it's not too crazy, I guess. I mean, it's just something that can be moved either way. I think I will go with that. That makes most. What the fuck have I done? Anyways, that makes most sense. So we're putting it here. There, boom. And what we're gonna do is that we're gonna call it just mesh shapes. And we're not even gonna store them like that. No. We're storing ansett.vec32. Like so. And what we're gonna do here is we're gonna do mesh shapes, and then we're gonna do an STD array of them. Yes. Yeah, but I don't know. I will do that. STD array list mesh shape, like so. So we will have that. I don't know why it's complaining. It should be fine. Yep, it's fine. It's line. Stupid. Always line. And this only needs to be initialized once the system gets initialized. We don't need to reinitialize the thing. So it's kind of like the ECS only getting created once, and then it will be persistent. Of course, it will increase in size or maybe decrease, but yeah. So self dot mesh shapes dot. Do I have to do an? No, I don't. I will just do equal empty. And like so. Again, it's lying to me. And then what we can do from here is that from planet we will now get all of these vertices and indices. Problem is that we won't be able to use them. Right. Rook's right.
Rook right. Yes.
Rook's right. So we'll create a new this is so misleading, the naming of everything. But it's okay, we're still just in the early stages. Planet mesh vertices horrendous. And it will be of a mesh shape. Okay, maybe mesh shape. Mesh shape vertices. Planet mesh. Fuck it. We're doing this now. And we'll just do that. And then I can say planet mesh vertices dot vertices dot, and then this is what I would like to do, append. I could do append slice, can I not? Append slice, yes. Oh, thank God for that. And then we'll pass in the allocator, and then we can take, because we have planet mesh 2. Fuck, I cannot do that. Ah, no! With the vertices, items. Okay. Yeah, because I need to access the position. That's the only thing I care, and I cannot take that, so we have to do append, and we have to go through each and every one of them. This is, for now, it's a horrendous solution, but it's a solution that will work, and I will accept it. So wrong thing. It will be the same thing. Planet mesh 2 dot vertices and items dot len if I was supposed to do a 4. I'm trolling. I should just hit the bed at this point. This is probably such a bad idea to continue developing when you're like not, you know. And it will go from 0 to that. We'll capture the eye. And then we'll go through each and every one of these. We'll append the eye position of the vertices. So we'll get them into this thing. Now, once we're done with that, we can do planet mesh vertices. Why did I call? Well, yeah, in vertices indices. That was a great name right there. Holy shit. Now we can do an append slice because we want to copy this information, otherwise we'll lose it. Allocator and planet mesh, and then just the indices. Boom. Now, fuck, that's, oh, thank God it didn't work. Missing struct, okay. So indices is equal to undefined, and vertices are actually, we'll do dot empty. And dot empty, okay. So it will just initialize all of these things. Now I have a D in it for the whole system, don't I? Yes. So in here we can just go through 4. Well, yeah. Self dot mesh shapes. I think I can do that. And then mesh shape. Mesh shape dot. I should be able to access the thing indices. Indices. Wow. Indices. That be. Okay. Just gonna say it once, and let's see. Does not come up anything. Nothing? What the hell? Mesh shape dot. Where is my LSP? Indices.d in it. I know there should be such a thing, and then it should take in the allocator for that. And then mesh shape dot vertices that the init taking the allocator and should be pretty good. No index, no? What the hell? Should I do an if for it? That shouldn't make sense. Wait. It's not indexable. What do you mean? I just... well then, that doesn't make sense. If cell dot mesh shapes. I don't know. Am I missing something like this? Does it need it? That doesn't make sense. Why would it not just be expected bool found? Right, it's not equal to dot empty. Okay, then we're changing it. I don't care. We're doing this. Right. So dot mesh. Mesh. I always forget that. Whatever. Mesh shapes. And then I dot that. You're joking. You cannot possibly. Nah. If this is already going through the land, there's no way. What the hell? Item is indexable thing. Yes. But why is this? Oh wait, I have to do items. I forgot. That items. My shapes. Other way. That items. Like so. Found expected, and then it got the point. Yes, okay. But I still feel like that should have been fine as it was. I don't know. Yeah. And that should do that. And then we still have to do cell dot mesh shapes dot the init, taking the allocator and dereference it. Not the cleanest approach, but it should be fine. Right. It's very disgusting, but we'll see how it goes. Try. And let's see. Found array, right. Items. Perfect. Now this is not going to work, but so we have to close it. Because this part is not part of the hot reloading, so yeah. But now when we go into the init or load or init actually the physics in here, we don't have access to it yet. But we do have access to the actually you can for self. Oh, that's what was the problem. Thank you. I forgot. I always forget that you have to say items. Why do I do that? Oops. Yes. Expected found const. What the hell? So maybe that doesn't. What? Well, I cannot. Okay, no. I'm just keeping the line. Okay. Let's see. Ah. What the hell is happening? Okay. Right. Okay. That's fine. Okay. Because now we will just have this, and then now we have this thing. So we can do. We don't have access to self in here. Ah. We don't have access to self. Oh man, should I just at this point just. I think it's at that point it's just easier if I do the thing that I said I wouldn't do. It's fine. Um, we will create separate arrays, and then in the collider we'll just take it in like a and set that vector, and we store it here. Convenient. Yeah, not. Okay, bam. So there will be this, and then we can go back to the systems, and we'll not do this. Instead, what we'll do, we have the planet stuff, and we can do. We don't even need to. Well, we do need to do that. Yeah. So we'll do both. Const planet vert. I'm just gonna do this quickly now. I'm tired. std array list 32 is equal to nah. Okay. And this one will be enset back 3 32. And then we can just go here, we go through each and every one of these, change this one to be the planet. I made it constant, shit. Vert. That should be fine. Use of unclear, it's right here in front of you. I don't know how you do not see that. Yank. Paste it there. Okay, it actually was a difference. I don't know how. Oops. How the hell? Planet mesh? No, planet. That is the EDX. I think it's lying right now. It's right there at the top. Planet EDX indices append this, and then in here I can change this now to be, instead of primitive, I can change it to be mesh, like so. And then it will be, is it like this then? How does this work? It still thinks that this is actually doesn't exist. It's right there. What? Ah, okay. That append. Yes. And const expected type. Hmm. It should be fine. I don't think that will change anything over there. No, I can't. Why is this not fun? Actually, that work. Yeah. Oof. No. Expected type const. U32. That should be fine. Don't see why. Expected a const. Interesting that this one seems to be fine like that, but then this one it's not. Hmm. Yeah. Expected system const. But that's so weird that it's. Can it not just take it as it was? I don't want to do a const cast, but like. I don't know, just understand that there is that.
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to pass in the items to append a slice to this thing.
What?
So I got the indices of the
Okay.
vertices, right? And then I want to store it in this planet index array list. So I copy them over, but it's complaining about that it's mutable when it's expecting a const in the append slice.
Yeah. That's yeah. Do items dot pointer.
Oh,
No, I wanna see what that has. What is the type of that?
then it's just
Oh, why is your LS piece of shit?
what?
Okay. Right. And then we do is expected type found. Slice this now.
What the hell?
0. It is so dumb. Dot, and then you want to have the lane, which is planet mesh indices dot items dot len. It's probably gonna be const again because when you do slicing, it becomes const. So yeah.
Yeah, it's the same problem, just longer.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, expect what? No, it's what does what is the append items? What is the field here? What does it want?
It wants a array of
It wants
const.
const.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. I don't know. Just
Const cast. It's so weird that. Why can it not just take in a like an array that is mutable, but just because doesn't it just mean that it will not modify the array? Like it will, isn't that kind
wait,
of?
no. Yeah, no. Okay, bro. What was the type of the items that append slice wants?
It wants a const type array. That's literally what it wants.
Yeah. Okay. No. Do dot items and then we slice 0 dot. Right?
What?
0 dot. But I don't. I think you because it wants the constant.
Yeah.
Oh no. Okay. One. Okay. I'm gonna tell you something, Lucas. It's that like arrays in SIG, if they want const and you're passing in mutable, it doesn't care. It will just, you know. But the thing here is that it's expecting constant F32s and founds U32s.
Wait, what? But how? Why is it? Ah, brother. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking that doesn't make sense. Why would it? Why would it care about that?
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
Yeah, it shouldn't. Okay. Then we're back on it. Let's see. Planet. My LSP is so fucking good right now. Holy shit. Wait, how the fuck? Yeah, that thing. Use of unclear identifier planet. It's I don't understand. It's right there. EDX. And then I yank it and paste it, and then it's fine. That's so fucking dumb. I cannot. I cannot. It's my underscore like a different character in these places? What's going on? Anyways. Don't care about that. And now we will have access to the thing inside of the physics. We will have some leaks, but that's also okay. So I will do this, and then I will just take this, and then the crate here will take in the vertices, pointer, number of vertices, vertex size, and then the indices. Array. What is that vertex size for? Okay, that's then called to the actual thing. I think I cannot get the information. Okay. It's okay. So the vertices that we can access from the collider dot shape dot. I think I have access to that thing already. I can capture it. Mesh shape. Mesh shape dot, and then here we will get the vertices dot items dot pointer, like so. And then it was the number, I think, was not. The number of vertices, yep. That's just mesh shape dot vertices dot items dot len. And then the size, is it the size of all of the vertices together, or is it just the vertex size u32? So then it's just at size of, this is just and set dot vec 3 32, and then just the array of what the fuck happened? I should probably I could just give also the, I could do this, maybe that's easier to read. Size of, and then I could just do mesh shape dot vertices dot items. Can I do this? And then I just access the 0, 1, and that should give me the size of whatever that is. And then mesh shape dot indices dot items. And then I'm gonna do that so I can actually read this thing. And then found use expected u32. Well, why would you take that? That's going to be a neat cast then. And then unable to resolve comp time value. Okay, so it cannot take it from there. Well, that's okay. I was thinking that would be convenient, but no. We can also just do nset vec 3, because I know it will be nothing else besides this. 32. And yeah, that's okay. But I cannot do a defer. Oh, hell no. That sucks. I could also just keep an array of them. Box shape. I just need to keep a shape. We'll do that. We'll do it like this for now. We only have one anyways. So var custom shape. It's a physics. That can I just do shape? It was undefined. And then that's okay. Because we can destroy. I think we can destroy that immediately after we create the thing, so I think that's okay. Refer mesh shape settings as shape settings release, and we'll see if it's not, if you can't do that, then we'll just break. Custom shape is equal to try mesh shape settings. That's shape settings, create shape, and we'll do here custom shape release. Okay. This is making the assumption that there will always be one, so you know. How do I then return this? Can I just say mesh shape setting, mesh shape, custom shape, custom? Is it just like that? I have no idea. Unused code. No, it's not unused. But how do I return this thing? Yeah, I I cannot do that, can I? How do this continue off from here? Oh, it's really late. I will leave it here. I will know how to figure this out in the morning tomorrow. No, not the morning, but in the evening tomorrow. I will just leave a big,
Really?
yes, I will. Big fat ass to do here for Lucas. Lucas, make custom mesh load. Yes. And we'll leave it there. All right. Thank you, whopping 1, 2, 5 viewers in total for watching. We'll continue tomorrow figuring this thing out. Good night, everybody. Bye bye.
Good night.
Wanna hit it?
Yes.